Hello again, everybody. Jim Hickey, Bass Fishing Tips on Twitter, back to you with some more Mr. Twister tips. Tips on how to better use Mr. Twister soft plastic baits. This one focusing on the newest soft plastic in the Mr. Twister line, the Buzz Bug. Now, normally how you'd rig the Buzz Bug? Well, Texas rig, using a worm weight, pegged or unpegged, or in a jig head like this VMC rugby head, I think it is. Anyways, like little rigging going on there, normal kind of Texas style rigging, as a jig trail or something along those lines. But what I'm going to talk to you about today are three different techniques you might not have thought about. Okay, that go beyond a normal Texas rigging. Well, at least in two of the cases, one of the cases kind of just an adaptation of this and how to use that in different ways. Those, how to use the buzz bug on top, how to reverse hook a bug with a little added extra weight, makes a great little skipping or finesse pitching bait. And the third way is something I affectionately refer to as the Nico buzz. But let's turn around to the other side here and we'll see what we mean. Okay, so here we go, and let's get a look at these three different buzzbug rigging tweaks that I'm proposing. The first one I'd refer to as the topwater buzzbug. The second one is the reverse nail weight buzzbug, and the third one is the Nico bug. And if you're familiar with the Nico rig, that might give you some ideas of what that's all about. But moving right along into the topwater version, here's the topwater buzzbug, and you'll notice we have a little buzzbug up here, shown right here. And it's basically rigged Texas style, right? Have a 3/0 extra wide gap hook that is coming in through the bottom of the bait as you normally expect, rigged Texas style, tex posed in back into the bait and skin hooked so that it's ultimately weedless. Coming off that hook is a monofilament leader, and of course you can change that based on the condition you're fishing, and a barrel swivel, which can also be changed as far as the size goes. If you don't need any extra weight, it could be real small. If you wanted some extra weight, you can make it larger. That's a kind of hint I got during this past weekend as Britt Myers won the Bassmaster Elite Series event down in Winyah Bay down in South Carolina, and he was fishing a fluke style bait, this type of setup, and that's what he referred to. So that barrel swivel basically gave him two attributes. One, allowed him to get a little extra weight by going to a larger barrel swivel, and also it prevents line twist because this thing might be spinning around on the top, so a very important thing. Okay, but basically this is using a typical or conventional Texas rig, if you will, in the way that's being hooked. Very cool bait. I'm really looking forward to using this once the water warms up around here to sufficient levels. The next one, something that really excites me, the reverse nail weight buzzbug. Now, if you look at this quickly, you'll notice that the hook isn't coming in through the bottom like it was with the traditional Texas rig. It's coming in through the top, through the head. So it's reversed, if you will, okay? And so the line would come off that hook and then go out to your reel, and you could do that directly or using a barrel swivel depending on what you're using for line and exactly how you're fishing it. Most of the time I'd use it directly with fluorocarbon as I'm skipping this thing into shallow water and I want everything to sink. The other thing it allows you to do is add weight down here at the bottom. And in this case, I've added a section of nail weight down here. You can see the end sticking out here. So pretty cool deal. You could also use a Nico type weight where with a little insert to stick it up in there. Now think about this for a minute. With that weight on the bottom, as you go to skip this under docks, as you go to skip this under brush, it's going to skip real nicely. Also for finesse pitching, what a great presentation. And when this thing hits the water, rather than just fluttering down horizontally, it's going to fall almost vertically. And every time you work it back, it's going to have that type of motion. Something the fish don't usually see. Something that's be a great bait to fish behind other people because they're not going to see any presentations like this. Very excited about this rig. And then the third tweak, if you will, is the Nico buzz. And that's basically rigging the buzz bug Nico style. So in this case, I've incorporated a wacky style O-ring, a 1/0 in this case, octopus style hook that's skin hooked under the bait and underneath the O-ring right here at the head. Again, looking from the bottom up, I have another nail weight inserted to give that weight. You could also use a Nico weight and basically fish this as a Nico type presentation. And it's going to be something different than what most people are doing because they're using some sort of finesse worm usually or commuter, soft stick bait, or whatever the case may be. So 3 definitely different types of tweaks than you normally get. Okay, so now let's go finish this video and we'll wrap things up. Well, folks, I hope you found these Mr. Twister tips helpful, and there'll be more Twister tips coming up in the not too distant future. Until the next time, tight lines and full live wells. Have a wonderful day.